I think it's around 2006, 2007, when we had our first interaction with the Kilify, one of the health facilities in Kilify that was adjacent to one of our ECD centers. And we had started embracing some of the care practices, immunization, breastfeeding, and so on. And we will encourage teachers to link up with the nearest health facilities to ensure that the children got the polio vaccination, or if they didn't get the immunization at younger age, what can be done, and have the health workers there sensitize the parents in the preschools in terms of immunization, breastfeeding, and so on. So one of these nurses actually linked us to a health facility in Kilify. This was the district health hospital, and they encouraged us to visit. And one of the places they really wanted us to visit was the malnutrition ward, where we found parents, about 15 to 20 parents, with their children who had malnutrition conditions. Some had kwashiorkor, marasmus, and they will stay in hospital for a period about 1 month to 2 months, and until their children started showing changes in their physical health and nutritional conditions. And what was quite heartbreaking was that throughout this period, these parents would sit with their children on the bed, sometimes without a toy, without anything. And these children were not sick per se. They were not like in ICU or in high dependency unit. And they needed to move about. So what we did was to ask the hospital management for some space for that, so that we could set up a play area for the children, so that as between the feeding and the resting, they could actually walk down and play with the materials and release the parents to discuss a few things here and there, or even come down with their children and play and engage in conversation and so on. So yeah, the hospital management were quite excited about it. They gave us some space, and KEMRI, the Kenya Medical Research Institute, which was also supporting the malnutrition ward, also bought in the idea and also started providing some toys. So we managed to set up the area, and we started talking to the nurses on how they could also take advantage of those moments when the children were down and the parents were in the play facility playing with their children, to kind of counsel them on issues to do with breastfeeding, nutrition, play and communication, and so on. So it started as a very, very humble effort, but later, almost 3 or 4 years after setting it up, we were just interested in going back to see what is happening at that health facility, at that malnutrition ward. And we discovered that in as much as some of the things were not happening, but there were some things that were still there and were still very strong. The kids were very much enjoying the play. The parents were there sitting down with their children, opening the books or playing with dolls or some of the games that they could, or the parents sitting together to talk about their children's growth and development. And we thought that was powerful. Yeah, these are opportunities. Instead of just having them sitting on their beds, silent or sleeping, why don't we engage these children and parents into play, which would of course help in promoting their children's recovery and so on and so forth.